The martial tradition of Bengal has its roots in the army of kings and their chiefs, who were called Senapati or Mahasenapati. Armies were composed of infantry, cavalry, war elephants and war boats. The arrival of Muslims and the establishment of the Bengal Sultanate further strengthened the military. The Sultanate had well-organized, disciplined armies. During Mughal rule, cannons and artillery were introduced to Bengal. During British colonial rule, Bengal was principally a bulwark of British power and trade in the South Asian region. The British under Robert Clive defeated a 50,000-strong Bengal army of Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah in the Plassey in 1757 and later the forces of Nawab Mir Qasim at the Battle of Buxar in 1764. The Army of Bengal was formed, which later became part of a united British Indian Army from 1895 to 1947. The eastern part of British India was a prominent place for military and police recruitment, with entire horse-mounted cavalry and lancer units being recruited there prior to the Bengal Sepoy Mutiny of 1857. Post-mutiny, units with the epithet Bengal in their name, such as Bengal Sappers and Bengal Cavalry, were largely recruited from non-Bengali peoples from Bihar, Varanasi and Uttar Pradesh, which were technically still part of Bengal Presidency at that time. During the First World War, the Bangali Paltan was formed to recruit soldiers from Bengal. In 1916, the British government created Bengali Double Company. The soldiers were trained in Karachi and shipped to Baghdad. They fought in the war and after the war helped crush a rebellion by Kurds during the Second World War. British Indian Army Eastern Command created an auxiliary force who were part engineers and part infantry named as Indian Army Pioneer Corps. Most of the soldiers were recruited from both West and East Bengal. This force assisted the main war effort by building roads, airfields, fortifications and, when needed, fought the Japanese in an infantry role. This force was organized in company groups attached to various regiments of Indian Army in direct support role. Captain Abdul Ghani was a company commander in the Burma front and led his troops in battle. After the war, these pioneer troops were concentrated in Jalna, India, waiting to be demobilized and return home. In 1946, Captain Ghani, the then adjutant and quartermaster of Indian Pioneer Corps Centre at Jalna, envisioned and generated the idea of forming an infantry regiment out of the pioneer soldiers from East Bengal who would be returning home demobilized, to the centre commander. After receiving permission from the Chief of Staff of Pakistan Army General Sir Frank Messavi, he organized his men to form the nucleus of an infantry regiment, the Bangali Paltan platoon. Thanks for watching Haven's Track.